Hey, what's going on with you all? Thank you for tapping in with me again today. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Cleveland. So welcome to the Fish Corner, everybody. If you're new to the channel, do a couple things for me real quick. I want you to hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. We got our fish keeper in training right here. So we are going to talk about a few things. Something I should have talked about a long time ago before we got to this point right here. We are going to talk about buying your very first aquarium. If you're not in the hobby, this is going to be very helpful for you. You are going to know what to look for when you decide to buy your very first aquarium. What to look for, what size aquarium, what you'll need, etc., etc. And again, like I said, this is for the newcomers, but this may also be useful for, some of us OGs that's been in the hobby for decades. So we're going to spin the camera around. We're going to spin the camera around. We're going to take a look at the setup we have over there, and we're going to talk about everything that you'll need to get started with your very first aquarium. Let's get to it. So perfect. So now what we're going to talk about is the size of aquarium that you may potentially want. Before you even select the aquarium, you need to select and decide upon the fish that you want. Each fish that you decide that you want is going to need a different size aquarium. We got the fish that's smaller. If you want a 5-gallon aquarium, or if you want a fish that will be suitable in a 5-gallon aquarium, you could think about having maybe one betta fish. You could think about having some shrimp. You may even be okay with having one lobster or crayfish to go inside of a 5-gallon. Moving on over to the 10-gallon, you have some more options. You can get you some tetras. You can get you some barbs. Now, it will be on a smaller side, but you would be able to potentially add in there some barbs as well as some tetras. Again, also a great aquarium for betta fish. Now, over here we have the 20-gallon aquarium. Now, this is a 20 long. They have 20 talls and they have a 20 long. This is a 20 long aquarium. It's 30 inches long, 12 inches front to back, and 12 inches tall. Now, you could put a lot of different fish inside of this 20-gallon aquarium. I'm talking about neon tetras. You could put in rummy nose tetras. You could put barbs in there. You could put betta fish in there. You could put African dwarf frogs. You could put shrimp in there. You could put crayfish in there. You have a wide variety of different fish that you could put in a tank that's the size of a 20-gallon aquarium. Now, once you select the aquarium size that you want, there's a few things that you're going to have to get. You're going to have to decide upon decor. You're going to have to decide upon filters. You're going to have to decide upon whether or not it's going to be a cold water fish or a tropical fish. Tropical fish mean that you need a heater. You're going to need a light. You're going to need substrate. You're going to decide on the color of the substrate that you want. So all of these things are factors that's very important when it comes to deciding on what aquarium size you want, what fish you decide that you want to keep, and then again, how you want your aquarium to look. We're also going to look at some of the things that you're going to need to jumpstart your aquarium. Now, this is going to be in the way of stress coat. It also removes the chlorine from tap water. We're also going to be talking about Distress-Zyme, which is beneficial bacteria in a bottle. You pour that in your aquarium. When you're first cycling it, it speeds up the cycling process. Typically, a lot of people, they want to wait 30 days to cycle an aquarium. You could wait a couple of weeks. There's ways that you could actually do a fish cycle, meaning that you add in a fish or two while you're cycling your aquarium. And again, it's all preference to you. It's all up to you on what you decide that you want to do. Now, I highly recommend that you do tons of research. I highly recommend that you reference this video. That way, when the time comes, you know exactly what you need. You know how to get started. So let's talk about the decor first. Now, I have a bunch of different options up here. And again, this is all based upon preference. We'll start off with this red lava rock. Now, this is a beautiful decor. It's natural. It has denitrifying properties. That means that it's going to help your tank that much more. very porous, very light. It's very light. And they come in, you know, nice different designs. You know, that's a nice little swim through. Imagine if you had a bed of fish inside of the aquarium, nice little swim through for them. Over here we have, this is called lace rock. Sometimes it's also going as lava rock, believe it or not, a different type of lava rock. But I like this rock because, again, very porous. It has a lot of character. And you can set this up many different ways. Look at that. Quickly just made a cave. That will work for larger fish. This would be a nice setup for a centerpiece in a 20-gallon aquarium. I would say this is more so for the 5-gallon, 10-gallon. Then over here, this is rock that I found in one of the creeks. So you don't have to actually buy your rock. You could really just find some rock anywhere where you already knew water to be. You could grab it next to the ocean. You could grab it in a creek. You could grab it off a trail. If it's been wet before, if it was in water before, like in a creek, river, stream, something like that, lake, you know, I would definitely say it's a go on adding it to your aquarium. You don't want soft rock. You don't want something that's going to break down an aquarium and essentially change the water parameters of your aquarium. That means that it's going to either raise the pH, it could lower the pH, it could do all types of different things, you know. So you want to make sure that you grab hard rock. Then over here, this isn't even rock at all. This is dragonstone. Now, they do have rock that's called dragonstone that look just like this, but this is fake decor. It's actually hollow. Now, this is a cheaper alternative to buying dragonstone. Because like I said, dragonstone is a pretty expensive rock. So if you want the dragonstone look, but you don't want to pay the dragonstone price, this is a nice alternative. I think I caught this on sale for maybe like $11 to $12. Couldn't beat that. So again, one of the things I don't like about it though is that, like I said, it's hollow, and so a lot of the feces and the detritus will accumulate inside of the actual decor, and that's going to obviously make your water a little foul. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're selecting your decor. Talk about filters now. So there's a couple of different options. This filter right here is a cool little small filter. It works really well with a 5-gallon aquarium, like so. I'm going to give you a little mock-up real quick. So as you can see, very small filter. That works for a 5-gallon. They have bigger ones that will work for a 10-gallon that you could put in a 5-gallon aquarium. Let's put in here a big piece of decor. It's kind of large, right? You probably wouldn't do something like that. Like I said, the lava rock would probably be the better look for something like this. Add in there a few pieces of lava rock. Like I said, grab you a bed of fish. So very quickly, you could do something really cool like that. And again, that's just quickly throwing something in there. And as far as a heater, let's just say you do get a bed. Bedders should have a heater. Now, this small little 25-watt heater is good for a 5-gallon aquarium. Look at that. That's pretty much a setup. Now, all you need is a substrate. Now, when you're selecting substrates, you could go black, you could go white, you could go natural brown, you could go a lot of different colors. You could go crazy with it, blue, green, red, whatever you decide to choose. That's a personal preference. If you want to keep things natural, you'll want to go with something that's a little bit more brown. You might even go white, like I said, but you don't want to go with the like shocking, vivid, vibrant, colors like the reds and the blues and the greens. So again, just a preference, whatever you decide that you want to do. This little sponge filter would definitely be okay and work very well for a 5-gallon aquarium, especially if you have a single bed in there. When you do clean your sponge filters. Clean them in tank water. The reason you're going to clean them in tank water is because these don't only serve as mechanical filtration, but it's also biological filtration. What biological filtration means is the area where beneficial bacteria colonize. A lot of the times, it will colonize on something like this, which is a media block. It will also colonize on something like this that comes with the filter. That comes with this Foryou filter right here. And in this filter, you'll see the biological filtration area, and then you'll see the mechanical filtration. Mechanical filtration means that it's going to remove the large particulates out of the water column. It's usually a sponge, filter floss, things like that. So again, it serves a purpose. Both of those will work fine. Here's a much larger sponge filter right here. This will work for maybe the 20 gallon. It's a very large sponge. It goes up to, I believe this one is for maybe a 75 gallon aquarium. But one of the things about the sponge filters, you got to make sure that, you don't put them in tanks really with some aggressive fish with teeth, large fish. This right here has been torn up. It's been torn up with a very large buddy cough rod. So, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. I would suggest sponge filters with fish that don't like to just be destructive, tear things up. And if you don't do that, you'll be fine. So, again, that right there, we could put that into a 20 gallon aquarium like so. It would even, I probably wouldn't put it in a 10 gallon because it is so big. But in a 20 gallon, as you can see, it don't take up that much space at all. Also in that 20 gallon aquarium, look at how that piece of decor look. It's like a centerpiece, right? Now you could put some plants around there, things like that. Like I said, it also will work with putting this decor in there. So let's take a look at what it would look like with that decor in there. All right, just like that, we got it set up with just those few pieces of lace rock. And look at that. Again, another centerpiece. And obviously, it'll be the same thing with these rocks right here. Now, as far as the heater, get you a good heater. This heater right here is one of the cheapest heaters you can find. It's a Tetra heater, fully submersible. Is rated for a 10 to 30 gallon aquarium. Now, that heater will obviously work on the 10 gallon as well as the 20 gallon aquarium. And I think this might be like $10, $12. Also, another thing that I like to keep in mind, and I want you to be aware of, is overfiltration on some of these aquariums. Like I said, this one is good for a betta fish, but if you decide to grab a 20 gallon aquarium and you have it stocked with tetras and barbs and bettas and all these different fish, gouramis, all these different animals, you want to make sure you have not just proper filtration, you want to overfilter. There's really no such thing as overfiltration in my opinion, but I would do something like this Foryou Aqua Clear 50 on this 20 gallon right here. Why? Because that is 2.5 times the size of the tank. That means that it turns the water over 2.5 times per hour. So this would be a beautiful filter for that 20 gallon aquarium, just like that. And the beauty of these hang on the back filters is that now you no longer have something that a lot of people consider ugly sitting inside of your aquarium. Now that's more room for your fish to swim, for you to plant plants, or if you want more decor, that's more room for decor. Now, as far as lights, there's a lot of different options, y'all. You don't have to spend a ton of money on lights. These lights were very cheap. You could get these. These will work for a 10 gallon aquarium. It'll work for a 5 gallon aquarium. But if you have a little bit more money in your budget and you want to go a little bit more fancy, look at this Foryou light right here. This would be a bit much, but it will work perfect on top of that 20 gallon right there. Now, one of the things that you want to make sure you do is have lids and tops for your aquarium. Now, for these 20-gallon longs, you can catch these on sale, dollar per gallon. Actually, they're no longer dollar per gallon at Petco, but you can still get these tanks 50% off at Petco. So catch a good deal. It's not going to come with the lid. You buy the lid separate. It's just a tank alone. But again, you can't beat the prices for these aquariums when you buy them at 50% off. Or you could say, hey, I want the kit, which will be a 20-gallon tall. It'll be the whole kit, come with the filter, come with the heater, comes with the dechlorinator. It comes with some fish food. It comes with, I believe, a little packet of beneficial bacteria. It comes with a few different things. So you can always go that route if that's what you choose to. And sometimes that may be the best route. The only thing I don't like about those kits is I don't like the lights that come with these lids. And I don't like the filters that come with those tanks. It's just two things that I feel like that you're going to always upgrade. So it may make more sense to, like I said, to buy everything separate. And then last but not least, let's talk about how you're going to remove the chlorine from the water. Now, this is of the utmost importance. You do not want to put fish in chlorinated water. What does that mean? It means that the water has chlorine in it. That's how they send it to us. That's how it comes out of the tap. It has some chlorine in there. So it's not even good for us to drink. So that's why, hopefully you have a filter on your water system. Hopefully you have your water going to a filter from your refrigerator, and you're filtering out all of that chlorine and nasty stuff that you don't want even in your body. But, look at it that way. You don't want to have your fish living in it. So we have this stress coat. The stress coat is amazing. You can add this when you adding new fish. You can add this during the startup. You can add this during water changes. So this removes the chlorine and chloramines. It also detoxifies heavy metals. So that's good. Also protects the fish, has a healing power of aloe vera, proven to reduce fish stress. Again, that's when you're getting new fish, adding them to the aquarium, doing water changes. It creates stress on your fish, so you want to make sure that you alleviate as much stress as possible. Replacing slime coat. That's another thing. Fish are covered with a slime coat. It gets damaged. Stress causes issues with the slime coat. So you want to make sure that you have some of this stress coat. It's tap water conditioner, but it doesn't have all of these other properties, all these other benefits. Over here, Stress Zyme. This is an excellent product. There's other products out there, but this is an excellent product in my opinion. You could use this, and you should use this. And when you first set up your aquarium, this Stress Zyme is beneficial bacteria in the bottle. It will allow you to cycle your aquarium faster and safer than if you don't have this. So those are the things that you need to keep in mind when you are setting up your very first aquarium. We talked about the decor, we talked about the lights, we've talked about the heaters, we've talked about tank size, all of that. All of that is of the utmost importance when you are considering getting into this hobby. I really hope this was helpful to somebody. So that about wraps up the video. Like I said, I just wanted to do something that's long overdue. I've been talking about everything that I got going on in the fish room. I built this 1,300-gallon plywood aquarium back here. Obviously, I'm insane. But some of y'all that view the channel, y'all are just as insane as I am. This is called MTS, multiple tank syndrome. This is a fish room. I have multiple tanks. 225-gallon, another 225-gallon aquarium, a 240-gallon aquarium, a 150-gallon aquarium, a 60-gallon aquarium, a 40-gallon aquarium, a 75-gallon aquarium, a 55-gallon aquarium, another 55-gallon aquarium, a 125 on the other side, a 180 under that, a 225 right here, and a 37 in the corner, and a 54-gallon in the other sunroom, and a 75-gallon in the house. I got a pond in the front. I got a 300-gallon tub with a large, very large Florida softshell turtle. So obviously, I'm insane, y'all. But I love this hobby. I love this lifestyle. And I like to bring y'all along for the ride. I want to show y'all what I'm doing, how I do things. And, just reel in as many people into this hobby as possible. I want all of y'all to enjoy this lifestyle as much as I do. Even if it's not on the same level as what I'm on, just get on any level and get started with an aquarium of any of these sizes, 5, 10, and 20. An excellent startup aquarium, whether it's freshwater or saltwater. We'll do another video like this on what you'll need to get started with a saltwater aquarium. I've done it plenty of times. But if y'all like this video, y'all like this kind of content, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. Give this video a like. When y'all do, go ahead and write like down below in the comment section so I know who's actually liking the videos. It'd be greatly appreciated. And let me know if y'all want to see a video of me doing the same kind of mock-up, but with salt water. Let me know. Let me know. But anyway, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that y'all learned something. I hope that you're inspired by something. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and do a couple things for me real quick. We need this video to 1,000 likes, y'all. We need to get to 1,000 likes. So if y'all are watching the video, make sure y'all hitting that like button. If we get to 100, we need to get to 500. If we get to 500, we need to get to 1,000, y'all. It really helps the algorithm. I really appreciate everybody that do like the video. And man, as I always say, if you like the video, do something for me. Like the damn video. Peace. Yeah.